I want you to consider something for yourself. Maybe something you're going through that's unpleasant. For example, when is the last time you woke up with a raging headache? That kind of headache where you're like, I don't know if I can even function today. Or maybe that headache where you've been on so many Zoom calls and the ring light is burning your eyeballs out. You know that headache I'm talking about. Think about what you're thinking when you have that headache. You actually go right away to, I'm so grateful when I don't have this headache. That's what happens with gratitude a lot of the times. We have to see or experience what's negative in order to be grateful for the positive when we're not going through it. And as a speaker, as a performer, I've gone all around the world as this guy who gets on big stages, and it's a really awesome way to make a living. And then 20 years of that has been great until 2020. In 2020, I had a pretty good year lined up on my calendar, and at the beginning of March, all of a sudden, it was wiped away. And so how did I go from extremely excited about my year to then having no opportunities as a speaker because no one was holding events anymore? Do you want to see what it usually looks like when I'm introduced to a stage? I get to be on some big stages. Check this out. This is pretty cool. Oh yeah, feeling the love. Bring it on. Let me hear it. Now it's like, please welcome Jason Hewlett. And I'm like, thank you. From my house. Okay. And that's okay, right? What's different about this is that obviously losing all of the work made me have to shift and be way more grateful for the times when I had those big audiences, these kind of audiences, giving me standing ovations, telling me how awesome I am. And, I love these kind of audiences, of course, where I get to train and speak and be in front of lots of people. And tonight here with you, this is more of an intimate experience. And whether I'm training or talking or entertaining, I don't care what it is. I just want to be on stage. And now, having lost this opportunity, can I still find gratitude within it? What I'm experiencing right now? Yeah, I can. Because technology can work. I think that's what's made me so grateful. Before, I would just get up on a big stage and everything would work because there was a huge team of people that would take care of everything. And I'd just stand up there and be like, hello, I'm awesome. Yes, I am. Oh, yeah. Okay, if you don't know what I do or that was weird. But I'm just saying that when I'd get on a big stage and they'd have the big cameras, everyone could see my face and I didn't have to think about anything. I just stood up on stage and did what I do well. Now, lose all my work. Now everyone's only holding events from their home. And so can I still be grateful? Oh yeah, I'm very grateful for technology. I want to show you, in fact, how it looks from my office space. You see, this is my house right there, back there. That's the computers where I usually work. We're going to go to the GoPro real quick if we can here. Let's see. So here's the GoPro angle. Hello. This is usually the Zoom call angle. People are like, is my Zoom call working? Hello. So you got to learn that. But I used to sit there at that desk and type. And I had a beautiful window behind me that I could turn around and look at. But when the pandemic happened, I had to shift technology, gratitude, and I had to get all this stuff. Oh, what is happening, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters? Yeah, there's the camera we've been looking at mostly. Hi, how are you? I had to get even this little switcher thing that allows me to switch the cameras over back and forth, and a mixing board. And you see my timer there. Oh man, I've got less and less time. Now here's the thing. I've got my notes here on gratitude. I've got all of this. Why am I showing you all of this? The reason I'm showing it to you is because I'm so grateful for technology. I'm so grateful for friends that came through and helped us as a family. They came to us to help us because they said, oh, Jason probably isn't on big stages anymore. What's he doing for a living? What they maybe didn't realize is that we lost all our money for the year. We lost everything. So like I started with, consider when something's unpleasant, how we switch it real quick to gratitude. All we have to do is see the little things sometimes. But I'm so grateful that all of that work was taken away. How can I be? Because had that not happened, I don't know if I could do this presentation fireside for you. Usually I'm doing firesides in front of a whole stake of youth and in person. And now it's just us right here. This is so cool, isn't it? And gratitude shifts our way of thinking. When we would open the door after a couple of weeks and then months of not making any money at the beginning of this year here and the pandemic, we would find money in an envelope or food on the doorstep. That's a sobering thing because I've done pretty well in my career. And I'm so grateful for those friends that came through for us, who actually were the people that even gave us money for me to buy all of this stuff that allows me to do this. So think about what's unpleasant for you and how you can shift it to being grateful for the times when things are going well. The technology is working right now. Sometimes in the middle of a call, I'm like, and I have a great point, and I pretend like it's frozen. And that freaks the client out. But think about it. A prayer starts with what? We teach this as missionaries. We teach this as parents. We thank thee. I'm so thankful for. We're grateful first. Jesus taught that when he prayed. And we've just read that in 3rd Nephi. If you're following along on the Come Follow Me, think about songs of praise. We thank thee, O God, for a prophet. I'm so grateful for that prophet that we now call our prophet. What an amazing, inspired person to say, hey, come follow me is how we're going to do it. Home is going to be the first place, and the church will be supporting what you're learning. Brilliant. Prophet. True. Gratitude. Let me tell you a little story about my sense of gratitude during this time as well. My son made the basketball team at his middle school. Very excited for it. And the school said there can be no parents there. No parents at the school basketball game? Who's going to yell at the ref? And so we were bummed out, but we found out that they needed someone to come and actually film or broadcast on Zoom. So I volunteered. I said, I can do the broadcast on Zoom. And I'll tell you, I used to enjoy going to the games and cheering with everybody, but going to the game and being the one broadcasting it on Zoom for everyone else that wasn't allowed to be there, it really changed the way that I felt gratitude just for the opportunity to be at the game. Finding joy in something that's simple, just finding something that you can say, oh, that makes me happy. Consider what makes you grateful and happy. Even if it's just something funny that happened. Even yesterday, I dropped my car off at the service place, and they called the Uber. And all of a sudden on my phone, it pings and it says, Jude will be picking you up in a Prius. And I was like, oh, okay. And so once the car pulled up, I accidentally said what I didn't mean to say. The door opens and he goes, are you Jason? And I go, hey, Jude. And then I left. And I was like, nah, hey, Judy, man. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, because he was from Haiti. But it was very interesting I just laughed because I thought, I didn't even mean to say, hey, Jude. And I'm like, hey, don't make it bad. Take a sad song. And he's like, hey, let's listen to Fats Domino instead. But simple things fill me with gratitude. To laugh is gratitude. I love it when people laugh. I don't even have people laughing when I'm doing my presentations on virtual now. I've done about 50 virtual presentations for these large companies that are now saying, we can't do anything in person. Can you do it virtually? I'm like, yeah. They said, do people still laugh? I go, sure. All you need is a laugh track, my friends. But consider your perspective. Maybe go through 2 years worth of photos on your phone. Go through your phone and look through your phone for something to be grateful for. Think of Maybe a time when you were on a vacation. That's a good time to be grateful. Or maybe you look at the way things were and you go, hey, it's even better now. Gratitude will fill your heart. Maybe call a friend out of the blue. I know when I was really down in the dumps in the last few months, where I was thinking, man, nothing's going very right for my business, I started to feel gratitude when I looked at the health of our family and our children. I'm so grateful they were healthy. I'm grateful for the scriptures, grateful that I could watch conference on TV in the way that they broadcast it and that they didn't just cancel all of that. And then it's important to tell others that we're grateful. I remember sitting down and writing a note to somebody when I was really feeling sad, but I wrote a note of gratitude and said, I just want to tell you how much I'm grateful for you. You make all the difference in my life. And then I licked the envelope and I set it down and I went, that makes me feel good to express gratitude. How can I do that more? Maybe I could go on social media and say, hey, good job on your post, or I love your video, or thumbs up, or follow somebody. That's cool. And then I started writing even more notes, lots of thank you notes. That's one of my favorite things to do. Along with this, I like to write in my journal. Maybe you've seen this journal before. They have them at Siegel Book. Journals, my friend, these are the best. This is a place to find gratitude. If you start your day saying, oh, it was such a bad day, usually you end up in gratitude because you say, you know what, life is pretty good. Heavenly Father does look out for me. He loves me. He thinks of me. He sends special, important things happening in my life. Then think about your family. Here's a little picture of my family. I'm so grateful for them. My favorite people. How am I grateful? Whenever I look at them, I think they are a miracle. Our daughter, she's now almost 15 years old, going on 37. And when she was little, I remember when she was a brand new baby, she'd cry in the middle of the night and I'd go, why is she crying? It's so loud. I can't get her to stop. Well, when the baby cries, you try to soothe them. And it wasn't until the day that she ate a piece of bark off the ground when she was maybe about 8 months old. And she could not breathe. And I'm reaching down her throat. I couldn't do anything to get the bark out of her throat. And I was panicking. I'm going, what do I do? What do I do? And my wife is starting to cry and my daughter's going, and she's not making a sound. Never have I been so grateful to hear a cry than when I was able to get that piece of bark out of her throat after a little bit too long, that she went, "Wah!" and cried out. And I went, oh, I'm so grateful for the cry. When was the last time you were grateful for something that maybe you didn't like before, or was unpleasant? How can you shift that and turn it around? In your life, Heavenly Father will help you do that. When you see that which is gratitude instead of just what's unpleasant, it's okay to look at the unpleasant and then figure out your shift. I call it the promise. It's the promise to see life as Heavenly Father does, as Jesus would command us and help us to love one another. And so how are you grateful? I know that I'm grateful for this time with you. I'm grateful that technology worked. I'm grateful my voice is working at the same time. And it's such an honor to be here with you guys. I'm Jason Hewlett. That's what I've got for you today, and share some gratitude with everyone.